Well, hey, welcome to a special episode of 6 Months to 6,000. I have a special guest today, Cody Scott. He's a filmmaker, an entrepreneur, and he actually is about to hit 6,000 subscribers on YouTube. So we are super pumped to have him on, and we're going to interview him on how he is getting to 6,000, how long he took to get there, and some of the things he's learned along the way.
Yeah, it's going quite well, man. And it's fun to start seeing results because YouTube is a long game and consistency is your biggest proponent to success. So slow growth is the fastest way to success on YouTube. And at least a sure way to success is consistency. So it's going well so far.
Yeah. So take us back. So you're a filmmaker. You do mostly like commercial and wedding films, right? Photography is big. You have a lot of different businesses you're running. You travel all over doing like Airbnb photography and aerial drone photography. You're doing all sorts of stuff, right? You have multiple income streams coming in as a creator, working for yourself, which is huge. And take us back to like why YouTube? Why did you realize like, hey, this is a platform I need to be on?
Yeah, originally YouTube was a way just for me to post the work that I was creating, to build a portfolio, to show clients what I'm doing. And at that point, I didn't have any intention on starting a YouTube channel to grow it. It was just a way to post what I was doing at the time. And at the time, I was doing like sleight of hand card magic tricks.
No way.
And yep. So I started doing that. And of course, you can do cooler things if you're filming with a camera and doing it on YouTube. So that's how it started.
And when
posting
was this?
iPhone videos. This was in 2019, I believe, sometime in 2019, maybe towards the back end.
So this was like right after COVID or right before COVID? Like
right before COVID.
Right before
you know
COVID,
what?
yeah.
Yeah, beginning of 2019. That's when it was. Because,
Nice.
that's when I started my video production company. Yeah, so 2019.
Cool. Mm-hmm. So you had about a year before COVID hit.
About a year. Yeah, about a year. And then things just got really fun from there because we ended up traveling during COVID. We, packed up our camera, our gear, and then just traveled across the country.
That's cool. That's cool. And
it was fun.
And so what was like the first 6 months like? Like you were just casually posting, but you were posting magician videos just like for fun, or like that's the kind of work you were doing, or like why that kind of video?
Yeah, the magician stuff was just for fun. It didn't last too long at all because as my video production company started to grow, I started to post more like camera lenses, white balance, and filmmaker
So you were
related stuff.
Trying to teach people.
Yes, I was trying to teach people, and the transition from shooting magic to teaching people was another YouTuber named Job. He had entered into my life when I was working, just about finishing up my time as a grocery store manager, and I met him. Come to find out, we're related through family, but he was a YouTuber and he was doing his thing. And after we got to know one another, he introduced me to YouTube and suggested you should start, and all you have to do is teach people what you're doing. So he's stopped doing it since then, and his channel's still growing.
Oh, wow.
Because of how he's doing his stuff. But he encouraged me to start, which if you are just starting YouTube, I would suggest starting with a partner, kind of like you're going weightlifting. You need someone to spot you.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
Pulling out a camera and putting it in front of your face and talking is so weird, but if you got a friend, at least you're doing it together. You know?
Right. Absolutely. That's a really good point because, encouraging Carter to grow his channel, that was kind of where I came in. We were talking about it. We were at the ConvertKit conference and we were like, man, we really need to get on this content game. I had been telling him about all these strategies, and he's like, man, like I started a channel, but then I stopped, and and like, but us together sharpening each other got us to like get off our butt and like, let's be serious about this and let's grow. And so absolutely, that's a great point. So you started your channel, and then what was your expectation when you started? Like, were you like, all right, I'm going to just start growing right away and I'm going to have hundreds of subscribers right off the bat? Or were you just kind of like, I don't even care. I don't know. Let me just see what's going to happen.
Yeah. So when I first started, I had a vision, I had a direction, and I had a purpose, which you need to start a YouTube channel. And I also had made it clear to myself and my business partner, who is my wife, when we started Cassian Films, that Cassian Films will always be a priority. So because YouTube requires consistency to succeed, posting the same time every single week, so YouTube knows that you're real and you're using the platform, I always prioritized Cassian Films. So I knew that from the beginning. If it ever came to posting consistently, I would always sacrifice that to, focus on the thing making me big money.
So when you say I was consistent with Cassian, your film company, was that like client
videos
or teaching videos or both?
Client videos, primarily client videos, and occasionally a tutorial or a vlog or something like that would pop up, which is not how you should operate a YouTube channel.
Interesting.
At all.
Why is that?
Yeah. Well, because of the algorithms. Those YouTube algorithms that we all love, Jeff Dolan. There are 3 of them. And the way it works, the YouTube algorithms, there are 3 of them. And basically, YouTube needs to know which channels are getting more people to stay on the platform, because the longer someone stays on the platform, the more videos they're watching, and the more videos they're watching, and ultimately the more money YouTube's making, because advertisers are saying, hey YouTube, can you show my video on that YouTube channel guy that's got 14 billion subscribers, and we want that spot for 5 seconds. Here's $40,000. Place our video on there for a month or 2, right? So anytime you watch a YouTube video, you get hit with an ad, money is made by YouTube. YouTube needs to know who to show the videos to, right? Because when you land on the homepage, which is the biggest source of traffic for someone's YouTube channel, one of the first algorithm, which is the homepage, YouTube needs to place videos that keep people on the platform. And they're not going to know who to show your videos to, right? If you have multiple topics of multiple genres talking about multiple things, then like, who the heck do we show this guy to? So if you look at my channel, you'll notice that most of my titles start with Canon, right? Because I talk about camera gear, specifically the Canon camera, which is niche. So YouTube knows who to place my channel in front of, right?
Yeah.
But if I started talking about Foot Locker, they're not going to place my videos in front of anybody. So that's why.
So let's pause right here for a second. So I do know that the new algorithms that are becoming more popular and accepted on TikTok, even LinkedIn, Reddit, there's some algorithms that are basically looking at every video you post as completely separate, and they're just the algorithm's looking at it like, what is this? Who is this for? Let me go find it. And it doesn't really have any continuity between videos or channel, right? So you could literally have one post that goes super viral and the rest of them get like 10 views. And it's super weird like that, right? Because it's a discovery platform where people are like just scrolling, and if that video fits that demographic, it'll go viral there. But all your other videos might not apply, and so they don't feed them into the algorithm. Do you think YouTube or YouTube Shorts is going that direction, or what are your thoughts on that? Have you seen anything where posting outside of your target demographic like hurts you on new videos?
Yeah, so I haven't seen anything outside of what I've been doing to indicate that YouTube is going to replicate that same type of algorithm that you've seen on LinkedIn or TikTok. What I do know that YouTube Shorts do generate a lot of subscribers. You also lose a lot more too because you're generating more of them, right? They're swiping and they land on your channel quicker. But it does give your viewers a chance to get to see the raw version of you, right? Because YouTube Reels, YouTube Shorts actually, and basically Reels, YouTube Shorts work best when shot on your phone, and they basically have to be as terrible quality as possible in order to get a lot of to get a lot of views. They have to just be like shot with your phone. You could even shake it around if you want to. Just talk about it. Don't put yourself in the video. Just your hand if you can, and you'll be good.
It's like no, turn it horizontal. No, this is horrible. No, crop it right. Oh, I mean, look, TikTok annoys me because you'll frame it up right, and then they'll zoom in and reframe the shot for you. Like they know better than you. So if you actually know it's up, they're like, nah, our algorithm knows better. We're going to fix it for you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. What you do see, though, in the YouTube community now, there is talk trying to get YouTube to segment the audience of people who watch shorts and the people who watch horizontal content without splitting up the channel, right? Because what happens is, especially for filmmakers like you and I, you don't want to follow or subscribe to somebody who posts beautiful cinematic content such as ourselves, and then the following week get hit with this terrible video. The terrible video will nonetheless perform. However, it will tick off your audience who is there to watch your horizontal videos. So you're seeing a polarization actually for people whose quality of video matters. You're seeing a polarization between those creators saying, YouTube, can you please just not include the shorts and the horizontal in the algorithm? Just split the two because my horizontal audience doesn't like my vertical videos. Yeah,
this is an interesting topic that came up at, I was just at Podcast Movement in Dallas a week or so ago. And
nice. How'd that go?
It went great. I actually talked to the head of YouTube podcast division.
Yes.
Stephanie Chan. And we asked her.
What can you share?
Yeah, we asked her like the same kind of topic, right? Like, should we post? Actually, I think the question was like, should we post create a separate channel for shorts and have a separate channel for our horizontal normal, YouTube videos? And she seemed to think that yes, the organic videos do better, right? Like, for whatever reason, and it's more authentic. She gave all these reasons, but she said, if to your point, really, like if it's on the same topic and to the same demographic, keep them on the same channel because there's a separate section called shorts, right? That it separates it. But she said if it's completely different topic, different audience, then definitely create a new channel for it. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
Okay. Yeah. I think it might be more specific to like niches like ours, filmmakers who don't like vertical video. There's always
that's interesting. Yeah, there's like if your demographic is visually sensitive viewers,
right?
It depends on what the topic is, right?
Yeah, you need a little warning on there, kind of like Tipper Gore did back in the '80s when music started. That little explicit music thing on there.
Yeah.
Vertical video warning.
That's funny. We should create one of those. We should create the vertical video, explicit video. I don't know what you'd call it. Like.
Yeah. Careful for anyone with visually sensitive eyes.
That's funny. We'll have to design that up. That'll be, we'll link that up in the description if we end up doing that. That's funny. Yeah, but I think that's interesting. So you consistently were posting your clients' cinematic videos, your a few tutorials kicked in there. Now, were you doing like at this point, how far in to your journey of YouTube were you at when you started doing the tutorial type videos?
The tutorial type videos came in when I hit 100 subscribers. Okay. I believe. Yep. I hit 100 subscribers. For me, that was proof of concept. and I took it and ran with it. So since that 100 subscriber mark, that's when I started to post more consistently. Not every single week, or when you're starting a channel, should be 3 times a week, but I was posting once every 2 weeks or once every 3 weeks, but it was consistent. And once I hit 100 subscribers and started posting consistently, I was able to get to 1,000 subscribers in just a few weeks.
Oh, wow.
And just a few weeks, yeah. And I've seen that same trend happen at scale. So when you get to once you get to 100, getting to 1,000 happens quicker. And once you get to 1,000, getting to 10,000 happens quicker, right? So when I started my channel, I was getting maybe a couple subscribers every few weeks. Now I get about 30 to 50 subscribers as of today, every week. So there's a little bit of, like, it's consistent growth. If I pulled up my metrics, you would see a consistent growth. I've never dipped in YouTube because I posted consistently from the relative start of my channel. It just grows from there. So
Nice.
Once I hit 1,000, getting to 5,000 happened relatively fast. And since I've been at 5,000, I mean, I like 2,000 or 3,000 ish. Then it started to slow down a little bit, but that's when we experienced the cultural shift in the world. Like, there was a war going on in other countries, and there's, of course, like a lot of political stuff happening here that I don't follow too much. I don't know what's going on, but it seems to impact the way people consume YouTube content, right? So I did see a slowdown, and I think a lot of other YouTubers did as well. But from there, it's still consistent growth, though. So that's where I'm
so
at
how
now.
long? Let's go through timeline then. So how long did it
Yeah.
take you to get to 100 subscribers?
Oh man, 100 subscribers. Don't quote me on this because it's been a while since I looked back that far, but I would say it took less than a year.
Okay, and then from 100 to 1,000, how long did it take?
Couple weeks. Yeah, I'd say anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks.
So there must have been something there, and that was just when you were like just posting every couple weeks consistently.
Yeah.
Did you have
Yep.
any viral hits during that time? Like any videos that really popped off, like much stronger than your other ones, or was it pretty consistent growth on views?
I did. I had a viral video, and it was very, very intentional. I knew it was going to go viral before I created it. It was really my way of testing what I know. And when I tested it, it's sitting at 146,000 views right now.
Wow.
Which generates some pretty good income, at least in ad revenue as well as affiliate. When people click the stuff in the description and buy my courses or my LUTs or presets or my, any of that stuff. So once I found that I could create videos like that, it does take more time to make videos like that, but I did it for about 4 or 5 other videos and up to this point today. And for each one that I've repeated this formula, they're all sitting at pretty close to the same number. So there was another one, I think that's at 63,000 right now.
Wow.
Catching up.
So-
and then there's others. So 30, 20, 40,000.
That's amazing. So what was the unlock there? Because obviously you changed what you were doing, right? A little bit. So was it the format? Was it the call to action with your links there? Like, what was it that the light bulb that kind of came off where you said, okay, I know this is going to go viral, and then it went viral? That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. So there's a formula for YouTube videos to make them in a way that perform quite well. I'm actively doing it. I did it last week. I did it not this week. This week was more of like I didn't have time to create those videos, so because I was traveling and I just bought land last week. So
Congrats.
I was like, let's just do a quick color grading tutorial. As you can see, it didn't perform because I put about 10 seconds into it. But the 2 weeks before that, I was very intentional about the videos applying the same strategy. And if you looked at them, they're outperforming, right? Again, I did it again. So they're doing it.
So can you share any of the formula or any of the overview?
Here it goes, the segment that goes viral on LinkedIn. This is the one you cut out of the interview. Here it goes. So we have three algorithms of YouTube. You have the homepage algorithm when you first open up YouTube and you land on the homepage. Boom. There it is, homepage. This is algorithm number 1. Algorithm number 2 is when you click on a video and you get suggested other videos. When you're not being shown an ad, you get suggested other videos, right? That's algorithm number 2. And algorithm number 3 is the search bar right here. Algorithm number 3. That is how YouTube gets people to watch your videos. The most important is the home page. The second is the suggested, and the third is the search. Most YouTubers get most of their views from the home page. I took a different I focused more on the search, right? Because I know how to do search engine optimization and keywords and tags and do them well. That is my highest source of traffic, where most YouTubers are the homepage. Now, let's start with the homepage. So the homepage, you have watch history, right? You have performance and you have personality, basically. So with personality, watch history, right? Someone going to YouTube has a watch history. YouTube knows that, which means YouTube is going to use that watch history to suggest videos on the home page and the suggested videos, but on the home page to the person going on there. So when you open up YouTube, you're going to see something very different than me because you've watched different things than I did. Right? And the home page, your video needs to include all of the things you just talked about, but only what you're talking about only makes sense in the context of the homepage because it doesn't apply to the other 2 algorithms. One algorithm, actually. Everything I'm telling you now applies to the next algorithm, but we'll get there. So basically, YouTube will say, what have they watched? That's their personality. And then the second metric of, not metric, but the second section of homepage and how to beat it is performance. So that is where you have things like title, thumbnail, likes, comments, shares, and the watch history, all taken into consideration to put somebody on the homepage. Because if your video has a lot of comments, a lot of likes, several shares, and has a lot of watch time, which is the biggest and most important metric someone should even care about, watch time, YouTube's going to say, you know what, we can make a boatload of money if that person's video got more eyeballs, because it looks like people are watching from the beginning to the end, not just the first 2 minutes. So we're going to make more money. So if it has all your metrics, which is performance and personality, it will land on the home page. Your video has to have a good title, right? It has to have a good search title. It has to have a great thumbnail for your video. Those 2 are very important, but it's not the most important, not even close. It has to get likes, comments, and shares. So that's what I was saying. So how do you do those things, Jeff? So the first, when it comes to titles, you're going to research your titles, and I'm going to talk about this more in just a quick second. And then your thumbnails. Thumbnails, you need to spend a lot of time on creating something engaging. If you don't know how to do that, you can go to Fiverr.com and hire a freelancer for probably like $5 or $10, which is what I do when I want like really good clickable thumbnails. I'll go hire somebody who dedicates their life to creating clickable thumbnails for a couple bucks. Hire them, right? If I invest $5 into a great thumbnail, I'll probably make 50 by the end of the week or by the end of the month. And video just made me money, and it will continue to make money, right? So you have to have a good thumbnail, but then performance, right? So how do you get the performance? Like, comment, and share. The first thing you do is you tell them to like, comment, and share at the very end and in the beginning of the video. The first thing you need to do is hook their attention, right? You need to hook their attention right out of the gate. And you do this by telling them what the video is about in the very beginning of the video. So you set expectations. They know what to look forward to. They know, I found the right video I was looking for. Because you don't need everyone's attention. You just need the person looking for your stuff. Stay in your niche. Yeah. And when someone lands on the video, they're like, ha, they found this video. For me, I did the same thing, right? I was looking for a video. I saw that no one created it on how to post good quality videos on Facebook. No one, surprisingly, not even a filmmaker covered this. So I'm like, you know what? I know how to do this. So that one's at 146,000. So what I did was I found a problem, right? I found a video that no one was doing. And even if they were, I would find a way to do it better. Yeah. And cut it shorter, trim the fat. So what I did, I took this video and then I researched the title by going to Google Trends, and I found keywords that performed higher than others based upon what people have searched since the start of Google. You can go to Google Trends to use this. Yep. And I found 5 words that were performing higher than others. And when you combine it together, it says best video settings for Facebook. That was strategic, right? The thumbnail had the solution in it. So the best video settings is H.264. It's a filmmaker thing. You know this. Yep. That was in the thumbnail. So people got the solution in the thumbnail, and then they got the rest of the video there. So what I'm getting at, for the first algorithm to land on the homepage, you have to have all of that stuff, right? And that's where you get the most traffic. Now, it takes a lot of energy to do those kinds of things. To get likes, comments, and shares, people will like your video if they can get from the front to the end of it and you've answered their question. If you haven't, they're going to be like, oh, dang, I just watched 12 minutes of this guy's video and he didn't even answer my question. Yeah. Dislike. Guess what? If you answer their question, the answer to their problem in the very beginning of the video, you'll hook them. And yeah, you'll get them to quickly get the answer and leave. But either way, you're improving their life.
So to summarize on this step, really, this is all work that you can do before you even shoot the video, right? Like, you're actually finding a problem that doesn't have a good answer on YouTube yet that a lot of people are searching for, and you're just stepping into that traffic. It's a very common way to earn traffic generally, but if you're optimizing it for YouTube specifically, you can, without even shooting the video yet, you know exactly, and that's how you were confident to know, like, this is going to be a winner, because no one is doing it well, right? And when you searched it, you just saw, you know, Johnny, Joe, and Sally Sue, and you're like, man, these are weak videos. I know I can do a higher quality, better video and give them value. And so, yeah, that's a great tip.
The next one is suggested videos. The suggested videos are on the right-hand side. On mobile, it's right underneath the video. This is when you're watching a video and YouTube says, hey, you might also like this one, right? And the way you get your videos on there is to do all of the stuff we just talked about, but there are like a very few differences, basically. And that is relevance, and you're creating a sequel, basically. That's how you get to the suggested videos. So I'll break that down. So if I have a video called, which I have done, that Facebook video, let's just keep this context, that Facebook video on how to have the best Facebook settings, right? What I ended up doing is creating another one of the exact same video with the exact same information in it, improved quality since I've grown as a filmmaker. And then at the very end, I even kept the same title. And all I changed at the very end was 2022. And guess what, Jeff? This video is performing equally. It's a sequel, right? It's a sequel. So what happens is YouTube will say, after someone watches my video, it'll suggest that one because it's a sequel to this one, right? Relevancy is how you end in the suggested section. Ultimately, it's relevancy.
Is that to your own video, or is that to so they watched the first video and then you kind of rehashed the same did you use the same footage, or like did you reshoot it?
No. I reshot it.
Okay.
I reshot it.
So same kind of content, just updated a little bit, and then you put the date at the end. And because the first one with a similar title or same title popped off, YouTube was like, well, this one's going to do well as well. And they suggested it.
They did. Now, just to answer what you asked very briefly was it doesn't necessarily have to relate to my own video. And here's another strategy, another quick 15-second TikTok video for you. If you want to end up in the suggested section, Google search. Well, Google owns YouTube, but YouTube search someone related to your niche. In my niche, it's Peter McKinnon. He's a filmmaker, and there's some other guys too. Yep. Start here, 15-second. Boom, TikTok, here it goes. Someone in your niche, you research who's doing it, whoever has the most followers. And then you look at some of the videos that relate to you that you're passionate about, because passion is always the first thing that will make you successful on YouTube. And you find someone in your niche, right? And when you find a video that you could do as well, you take that video that they created with millions of views on it, and you create one very, very, very similar. Do not copy it, because you still have to be creative, but share the similar information. Just do it better. Share what they didn't share. Look in the comments section of that video and see what people are asking.
Nice.
Take those comments, create a video about it, narrow it down, just the top 3 things. And Jeff, when you do all the things we talked about in algorithm 1, optimize your video, and you post it, what's going to happen is you'll end up in the suggested section of their video. So what I did was I looked up a video called Best Picture Profiles for the Canon. And I found Peter McKinnon creating one for the Canon camera. So I created my own version of that video with information he left out. And I shortened the video and I delivered. That one's sitting at about 46,000 views. And because when you look at the traffic that it correlates with, it is being suggested by Peter McKinnon's video.
That's great. And just to be clear, you're not copying the title of his video, but you're using the same kind of keywords and topics that he's talking about, right?
Correct. So here's a great example. His video is called "You Need to Be Adjusting Your Picture Profiles." Mine says Canon Best Picture Profiles for Canon cameras. Right?
2022.
So very, very similar, right? Yeah, I've done the video twice actually.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
I've done it because it performed. I repeated the strategy.
You just keep doing what you do. Your best hits, you keep redoing them. That's amazing.
Because it's a sequel, and if it's working, people keep coming back because that's why they came to you in the first place. So that's algorithm 2.
Do you go back and delete your original ones, or do you leave those up and kind of put the little link on the video to your newer version of it? Like, how do you deal with the history of older videos?
You leave them on there. Yeah, so you don't delete your older videos unless your channel grows and you start to develop your niche. It can help you to go back and delete more videos, but we can talk more about that. If you remember to ask me, I'll tell you more about that in a second. And you can, if you have a channel today and you have several hundred videos on there, you can actually start seeing results of growing your channel within 30 days if you delete the videos that aren't relevant to your niche anymore.
So your magic videos are not on there. That's why I didn't know you had them.
Nope, they're not. I have the analytics for this. When I made the switch and went back and deleted all my videos, within 12 days it happened. I saw exponential growth in my YouTube channel.
Wow.
Exponential. In my views, my watch time, and my ad revenue has went up.
Interesting.
Less than 30 days. So if you're not doing that now, you heard it here first. Delete your videos. But not all of them.
I mean, Carter did something crazy that I just was laughing at. He heard something about watch time and he's like, all right, I can do watch time. How about 8 hours of live streaming straight?
Wow. That's terrible for your channel, man, because no one shows up.
Well, I think he had like 200 people show up. And his channel only has like 500 people like subscribed.
It's a good thing 200 people showed up, but YouTube will say, man, when he posts a normal video, he gets like 300, 400, 500 views, 200 views. It hurts your channel, but that's another conversation too. Yeah. If you have a channel already established, going live does hurt.
All right, so let's move on to the third algorithm.
Okay. Third algorithm is the search engine. So this is where most people think you can get the best results. And I can tell you that when you start a YouTube channel, most people will spend more time on their thumbnail and their title, which is important, but my channel is different. Not a lot of people are optimizing for SEO, so they're not performing as well, but this is where they spend the most time on their YouTube thumbnail and their title. Misconception is that's the biggest source of traffic, where in reality, that's not. It's not the most source of traffic. It's the homepage. It's the suggested videos. So how do you show up when someone searches? Another golden nugget.
You heard it here first.
So you have title, you have keywords. So you have title and tags, right? So here's how you optimize a video for the search engine. You start by researching your title, right? So that's the first thing you should do when you create a YouTube video anyway, is the title. You create the title first, and then you develop the content. Because once you have the title, you can write the video better versus writing it and then developing the content. They don't align, and then you don't get likes, you get dislikes. So create the title first of your video, and it has to be optimized. Here's what I do. So I use my community of a few thousand people, and I also have the mobile app launched now, Jeff.
Yeah,
so
congrats. Yeah.
My community lives here, so I can basically talk to them, and I've asked them things they want to know. Everyone wants to know about how I shoot weddings for some reason. So on the 30th of this month, I'm shooting a wedding, and I've had 200 students out of that 6,000 tell me what they want to know. So Jeff, what do you think I did? I created a curriculum for that one video, and I created a title for that video, okay? And people come to my channel to learn about the Canon R6, right? Canon cameras in general. So what I've done was go to Google Trends, and I typed in Canon, right? Sony, and then I saw that Canon get searched more. So I'm like, okay, cool. This video is going to work fine. It's going to be cool anyway.
You're an equal opportunity filmmaker. You're like, I just want the one that's trending higher.
Yep. I looked up Canon R6 and then Canon EOS R6, right? A small difference. And I found Canon R6 is actually be searched way more than Canon EOS R6, the proper name of the camera. So Canon R6, that's my keyword, right? The video is going to be about how I use this camera at a wedding, right? That's what the video is about. So your keyword that is the direct correlation to your video should be first in your title. First in your title. The most important spots in your title is the first and the last, with the first getting more weight. So Canon R6 wedding tutorial. That's what it could be. I'm still developing the title because I don't have to shoot it until 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now. So Canon R6, right? That will show up first when someone's searching it. And then wedding tutorial. That's for now, we're going to use that example. So they know that's Canon R6 wedding, people who shoot weddings anyway, who have bought this camera and or are going to buy it and want to know if it's going to work or overheat.
Right.
They're going to search it, and my video is going to pop up first because it has the words they are actually using to find my video. I know that because I went to Google Trends and confirmed what people are searching. So now that I have the title, I can now start to take the curriculum that my 200 students gave me and then remove all the stuff that doesn't apply to that title. And now I have a video that is not only optimized with the title, what I'm going to be speaking is relevant to my title, which means I'll get likes, I'll get shares, I'll get comments, and it'll have a high click-through rate, a lot of watch time hours, and that is going to perform way better. I guarantee you, way better.
It's so funny. Like
quick.
A lot of these things you're saying apply to blogs and like a lot of other search engine optimized content. But you're basically making the point of like, pay attention to your title, make sure it has the right keywords in the right order, and then summarize it with the titles, the subtitles, right? The topics, the outline you're going to be talking about in the video, and then just stick to that. Don't go off on all these side tangents. Stick to the points, right?
Yep.
So how do you, when you go through that, are you like putting that outline up next to your camera and like reading through it, or are you reading a teleprompter, or like how are you actually going through and hitting all those points? Or do you just stop the camera and like study what you're going to say and then off the cuff just say it?
Yeah, so it depends on the video. You know, it depends on if I want to go vlog style, or if I want to do a talking segment like this, or if I want to have more movement. So this video specifically, I'll replicate another video I did with the same format that went viral, right? And it also got shared by a company that I mentioned in the video. I was like, you should download this app because it improves your video quality. And they actually saw the video, shared it, which got me tens and thousands of more engagement. So basically, I'm going to copy that format. And what I do, Jeff, is I take a member from my staff at Cassian Films. I don't know if we covered this. I own a video production company. Maybe we did. Basically, I take a member from my staff. I'm like, hey, can you shoot this behind the scenes? They take a camera, put it on a gimbal, and they film me speaking this. Now I go through point 1, point 2, point 3 in the video, but I use storytelling best practices, as you know. So, which is helpful to know. This is like a whole nother thing, like storytelling versus like how to grow on YouTube, but tell a good story in the order that a story is supposed to be told. You know this, and use your points as your body of your story. So basically, I have my guy running around with a camera, which is what is going to happen in a few weeks. He's going to run around with the camera. He's going to film me speaking these points, answering these techniques, right? People want to know, will the camera overheat? That's the biggest question I've had almost all of them ask. So Jeff, what I'll do is in the very beginning of the video, I'll say, in this video, we're going to test out if this Canon R6 will overheat by the end of the night.
Nice.
Let's get started. Now you know in the very beginning of the video what's going to happen.
There's a hook, and they want to wait.
Correct.
Yeah.
And we'll get to hook very briefly, but basically a hook can consist of 10 different topics. You have like challenge, you have money challenge, you have a prank, right? There are different levels of videos, but if you basically like preface this, it could be a comparison or a transformation, right? You say that in the beginning, like in this video, we're going to transform, we're going to compare, we're going to compete.
Right.
I can tell you now, competition and money are the two biggest elements of a video that will make it go viral. So in this case, I'll say I create the element of competition by saying, will this Canon R6 overheat? We're going to put it to the test and find out. People will watch the rest of that video. I guarantee 1 month from now, you'll see it'll go viral on my channel. Now, to get back on track, I tell that story. My videographer just films me. I have a lav mic on me the entire day, and then I just edit the video to be as short as possible with all my points, removing the fluff, making it entertaining and engaging, and that's how my videos go. Speaking segments where I need to tell someone something, that will be a script and teleprompter, right? But that's like all my online courses are script teleprompter looking at it.
And how much B-roll do you use? Have you seen any Google or YouTube love for like ratio of B-roll to talking head?
I have actually, and I've measured this, and you can see the measurements in when people drop off on your video. So what I do, Jeff, every 10 seconds my video changes, right? In this video, we're going to see if this Canon R6, let's just count, like in this video, we're going to see if the Canon R6 is going to overheat. Let's put it to the test. 5 seconds. And then you get it in. Every 5 seconds is good, but every 10 seconds would be the minimum. Every 10 seconds, you need to be somewhere else, talking somewhere else, having a graphic pop up every 10 seconds. And you can see the difference in your videos in the section of your analytics that show when people drop off. You go to the watch time section of YouTube, you can see when people drop off. And every 10 seconds, I see people staying back on. That's because I know this technique.
Yeah.
Every 10 seconds, what I do, Jeff, I'll say something from my script, and then I'm like, all right, let's move over here. And then I'll say it over here. And then I'll turn this way, and I'll say it like that, you know? And every 10 seconds, they're engaged, right? It's called infotainment. You have to entertain them in a very informative way, or vice versa. And this is how you get people to understand your 3 points, which is why they landed on the video, right? To have a better future, to transform quicker, from get to point A to point B quicker, right? To have a better life after watching your video. You can do that every 10 seconds, engaging them, and try to make your videos 12 minutes. And you'll, that's how I tell my story, basically. I try to get it to as close as 12 minutes as possible.
Yeah,
for
that's
good
good.
reason.
Yeah, and there's a technique. One of the guys I watched, Johnny Bravo, he sticks to it. I think he learned it from like R3 or one of the early YouTuber guys. But it's like you every 10 seconds you move off the camera and then you come back on the camera, and when you cut it, you're always like coming in to say something.
Yeah, that'd be so cool. I gotta try that.
It's kind of tiring, but I've noticed that he does it so consistently, and I've seen him grow from like 10,000 up to almost 100, and I don't know what he has now, 150,000 subscribers or something. But
yeah,
he consistently does it over and over and over, and I'm like, okay, it must work if he's going to continue to do it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's all about that watch time, which I think there's one really strong tip that might even be the last tip, potentially, as I'm thinking. There's one really strong tip that could summarize everything we talked about today too. And it's all about watch time. All about watch time. And basically, if the longer someone could stay on a channel and watch a video, the more money YouTube's going to make, the better your channel will perform.
If you want to take, by the way, sales segment, if you want to take Cody's course, he's got a whole video course on filmmaking that you can go to his app. What's your app called?
Video Elite, but you can visit my YouTube channel to get the link to it, or
just search in the App Store for Video Elite, right?
You have to add my name at the very end of it because it's so new. SEO hasn't kicked in yet to put it at the top.
Gotcha.
So yeah, you have to kind of put my name in there.
Yeah. Cool. That's awesome, man. All right, well, let's take it home for the viewers. What's the final tip to grow your YouTube channel?
Now, I want everyone watching this, including you, Jeff, to understand that it might seem like you need to create shorter videos that are just value packed, where you just trim the fat, and it's small videos, right? 6-minute videos or less. They could do okay. They'll do okay. But it's all about watch time. And the way this works is you invest until the point of diminishing returns. When you create, you'll notice this, and you can test this on your own YouTube channel. If you create a 3-minute video, people will watch 1 minute. If you create a 5-minute video, they'll watch 2.5 minutes. If you create a 7-minute video, they'll watch 3. If you create a 12-minute video, they'll watch 6. You want people to be watching anywhere between 3 to 6 minutes, which is a healthy watch time per person. 3 to 6 minutes per person watching your video. You can get that by making longer videos. So if basically the way to take away something from this entire thing is to use Google Trends to optimize your keywords, create longer videos so that you show up on certain pages, because YouTube makes more money with more watch time, right? And then create relevant content to your niche. And that's how you do it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Now, if you make a 12-minute video, like this series is like, I shoot for about 23 to 24 minutes, right? Which is kind of a half-hour show on TV if you add all the commercials. At a 12-minute mark, how many ads are showing up if you are monetizing? Is that like 2 ads, 3 ads? Like, where's the break points in a 12-minute video?
So in your monetization settings, you can set different types of ads, skippable ads, ads that pop up right on the screen, and things like this. On a 12-minute video, everyone's channel is different, so there's no way of tracking this. Everyone is different, right? The more views, the more ads, basically. Let's just summarize there. The more views, the more ads you get on it. On my videos, it's typically 2 to 3 ads on a 12-minute video. And I make more money on those videos because there's more people watching, right? But I was making a mistake in the very early part of my journey on YouTube. I was like, yo, these guys make really long videos that are super boring. They like vlog half the time, but my answer is in the middle of the video or at the very end. But I've had to skip through in order to get there, right? but I end up watching 2 to 3 minutes trying to find my answer. Either way, I get my answer, but you create a 12-minute video. People will watch 2 to 3 minutes of, well, actually, 2 to 3 minutes, 3 to 6 is good. That's where you want to aim. And those videos will perform way more. They'll land what we talked about, Jeff. The very first, most important algorithm is the homepage. And if you have long videos, YouTube will make more money on you. They will put you on the front. Just by making a long video. You'll notice this to be true when you look on the homepage and you're like, this dude has like 200 views on his video. This guy's got like 10 million. When you look at the similarities, they're both 12 minutes long.
Interesting.
Now,
yeah, that's super
this is important to know because it's important to know also the point of diminishing returns, which I can't remember who coined this. It's not me. He said there's a point that you can invest into something to where you won't get more returns by investing. Which means don't create a 15 or a 20-minute video expecting people to watch longer, because on average, they won't watch more than 3 to 7 minutes, maybe 8 max, but you have to be really good. And people who have mastered this are incorporating all of the elements of virality that we haven't talked about yet, right? Which is challenge, you have money making, you have reactions, you have comparisons.
Basically what Mr. Beast does.
Competition.
Every video.
Mr. Beast is a perfect example of someone incorporating every single element into the video. People watch from beginning to end because he's changing it every 10 seconds. He's relative in his niche. He's talking about competition and money, which are the two biggest apart from sex, but I don't believe in leveraging sex to grow. But basically those two things, and that's why he's doing so well. Right? If you look at everything we talked about today, pull up a Mr. Beast video with your notes if you've been taking any, and then look for everything we talked about. He's doing everything we talked about. He's doing it well. And you watch from start to finish, and that's why he's making so much money.
Well, cool, man. Cody, this was awesome. I really appreciate you coming on and helping us get to 6,000. It sounds like it's a lot of work to kind of get critical mass. And then if you start putting all these pieces together, it can happen pretty quickly. So that gives me hope that, you know, it's not going to be this long grind to 6,000. We can hit some key points and just get there in a short period of time. So that's really encouraging. And we really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. Consistency is key. If you take nothing else away, post the same time every single week and you'll grow. Done is better than perfect. And the hardest part about YouTube is just starting. Your first 100 videos will suck, but your 101 video will be amazing. And then you'll start to figure out what you actually like to teach and your YouTube will excel from there. So awesome. Have hope. Have patience. Consistency will be your biggest proponent to success.
There it is. Thanks, Cody.